I am Isaura and I'm 19 years old. I live in Belgium and I work as a animation in my free time. And I'm a student in art school named Atlas College School. The words that defines me the best is sincerity because I'm always honest with my feelings and I'm sometimes sensitive, but also understanding of other people. When I was a child, I always wanted to be working alongside animators. That I have watched a lot of animation movies from Disney, Pixar, and I'm always fascinated how they make arts into living more, uh, moving more, bringing to life, where it takes a lot of time and a lot of patience to do that. And I always wanted to do that. That's my dream. One day I can pass without this chocolate. I always love chocolate. I can't do it without it. I always smile when I see animals and hopefully pet them because they're cute and amazing. I love them. What I like the most is drawing and playing video games on my free time. There is the moments where I'm alone and at myself without other people around me. So it's very nice. If I had superpowers, I would have super learning because I'm always fascinated with learning new things like languages or learning new skills because life is full of adventures. So learning new things is very useful to have. What I appreciate most of my friends is they're being supportive and giving criticism where I need to improve myself for the better. I would never give up my experience as hard of hearing in exchange of hearing as a normal person because I'm used to living the life I have now and to able to hear like a normal person, it's too much. I wouldn't change it for anything. I feel excellent when I eat chocolate and watch movies, drawing, where I can show my creativity and share it with other people about my passion. The sounds that I like the most is when cats purr, giving the very sweet sound and how they are happy to be around me. That's very amazing to hear. My biggest dream is to become an animator and working in an animation industry where I can share my stories and make characters that are also hard of hearing or deaf to give people more representation in the community. Community for me personally is where everybody help each other become a better person themselves and without judgment and accepting each other as who they are. That makes a community unique and special. The group I feel most comfortable is the online community. It's where I can be myself and without my hearing aids to stop me from understanding others. Because in reality, with my classmates, it's hard to understand them in busy environments. It's very hard, and I feel often left out. While in the online community, I feel more understood and I can read what they're saying, and that helps me a lot over the years. What motivates me is my parents. They help me to become follow. They help me follow my dreams, and be who I am today. They helped me a lot in my life as an artist. Arts and culture brings into my group is the moment where we share the arts with each other and appreciate them, and also give criticism where I can improve and become better. That is also very unique and helps people like artists connect with each other, and also giving us self-worth a boost, like okay, this is good, this is not good, and so we can improve and become better each day. That brings the people together. The first contact with a cultural event is when I joined the art school for the first time, and I had to visit a museum for the first time in Genk, and it was very mind blowing because how much the artist uh, creates their works and getting to showcase to the public. It was very amazing experience, and also learning about the artist. And that's the first moment I took contact with. I started the first time when I was 6 years old, where I'm discovering the digital arts, where I can make art in iPads, in Wacom tablets, where without drawing on paper, it's much easier to draw on the tablet. And that's when I started to draw and started to learn the new tricks and tips on how to improve myself for the better. And that's how I slowly became interested in becoming digital artist, and soon animation, because I soon figured out how digital art works in some ways. And then I joined the art school. When I saw a movie called Silent Voice, it's about a girl that is deaf, and that has been bullied with a boy. And that's the first movie that I felt myself represented and unique, and also a bit sad because it's one movie and no other movies has been about deaf people or hard of hearing, and that made me influenced more into choosing animation and digital arts to make characters that also have disabilities and give more the representations for the other people. The most interesting thing I found in the field I'm studying now is how each animation has a long progress. The first is doing sketches, the second is outlining, and then coloring, and then put shades on it, and then the backgrounds adding. So it's a really long progress and takes a lot of time and patience. But the work the people put in is at the end, once the movie is finished, very rewarding, and also bringing those characters back to life than just the art on the paper and not in moves of lips. So it's very unique to see it alive by your own hands. So it's very interesting to learn the steps of animation. The first steps I do when an idea comes in my mind is I do small sketches, like giving an idea how it looks like or how I want to put it in the position. And when I find one that I really liked, I put it bigger and more detailed, more perfect. And then I started with coloring it and keeping some shades. And Then I put a background behind it. And once that's done, I show it to my friends and family about the work I did. When I experience failures or success, the most important thing for me is the failures because learning that becomes my better version of myself and learning what I did wrong to appreciate more of my successes because life has its ups and downs and happiness and sadness, they always go together. So to me, failure is also success because it's helped us create the ways of how we do it and how people like it and how I want to express myself better in my arts. And there's always room for improvement. I will never stop learning, and I am always on for learning new things and getting myself better. That's why I appreciate the success when people appreciate the work I did and the process of through all the failures I did in the past. That makes it all worthwhile. Success means for me is when I get to share with other people and see them happy and feeling represented in their arts, and also wondering what the characters in my art, in which world they're living, and wanting to know more about the stories I have in mind for them. That's what the success for me is, and also connecting with people and sharing my art with them. That's also very important thing to me. My biggest achievement is when I finished my 1 year project for my school last weekend. I had to showcase to a lot of people, and the work of the project I did is about the team connection, and under that team is music. I wanted to experience the public how we as hard hearing or deaf people experience music. So I put the whole project on showcase and started to explain to people and even let them play a game that I made that's about finding the three music notes and to a puzzle, but each level gets more background noises, making them feel frustrated, and how background noises affects our lives and how we can't understand each other without the background noise stopping us. And I also even made pictures, visual poems where I scanned it on the printer and give them very unsure, unreadable poems where the people can see, oh, I can't read it, but that's a visual interpretation of how we hear it when background noises is. To that makes some people stop for a moment and thinks and connects with me. I even hear many stories about how their families also have someone that is deaf or never knew how we experience when this background noise is added. So it's very unique and very big for myself to bring myself to the people and say, I'm deaf, this is how I hear. So it was very challenging. I wouldn't do that 6 years ago. So it was a very big step for me. My strengths are hardworking and very kind and sincerity because you can be hardworking, but being kind to the people and bring connection with others is also amazing and give a lot of opportunities than being rude to the teachers, to classmates, because you never know when you need them for something big on a project. Like having friends or colleagues to help you on something because you are kind and amazing to them, and they are kind to us as well. There's no reason to be rude against each other. So that's very good about myself. When I want to show them my universe of works, I would show my digital arts, the characters I've made, and also the animations that I have finished, but also animations that I haven't finished yet, and also the progress of how animation is done. It's very much different and more my style of art. It's not like any other arts you see on the internet. And I also, if they're willing to learn about animation, I would happily teach them and explain how art is made and how you draw on digital iPads or computers. That makes it so unique to share the knowledge you have with others. Communication has always been a big challenge for myself because when much background noises are in situations, I can't understand people or my classmates. That makes me feel left out on conversations and lonely because, yeah, I want to be part of them. I want to be another student that want to live a life like any others, but I can't understand them with the lot of noises on the background. So communication will always be a challenge of mine, but there is some people that are willing to work with me and help find places that aren't with a lot of background noise. And so far, it's very hard to find people that are willing to work on that. So I prefer to do online community where that isn't a challenge. But I'm hoping that in the future I will find friends that are willing to overcome the communication barrier with me and help make others understand that we are smart, we are capable, and we want to connect with people. Yeah, for me, online community is I talk to the people on Discord. That's an app where I can talk to people daily, and whenever I have free time, I can put it in a public chat where everyone is active. That's a place where a lot of people come together across the world. So that makes them put their difference aside because everybody is different on the online community. And when I'm writing things about this is hard, this is something I'm struggling, they are able to come and help and explain or give advice how we do it, and also supporting each other when it's getting really tough. And also, it's a very open community where I'm in about no matter who you are, who you like, who you, how you look, or how you, yeah, think or anything. Everybody is welcome. But only one rule is not be mean to each other. No one deserves to be bullied. So it's really a wholesome community I'm in, and I'm in for like 2 years now. And it's where also write stories about our characters in a world. And I don't know if you know, it's almost similar like Dungeon and Dragon style, where we play games on creating our character in a world and we have to fight monsters. So to give some relaxation and connect with other people, that's makes it more amazing. I make myself understood is the moment when I work with my mom restaurant. Is I had to work as a waitress and help serve people their foods and drinks and even take their order. But at that time, I didn't want to say I'm deaf, I'm hard of hearing. That makes me afraid for the backlash of people or being rude. But every time I had to repeat it and say it because otherwise the communication isn't working. So that helped me a lot to say it now against the people, knowing they won't react bad. They give a lot of understanding and try their best to communicate better with you. So that helped me a lot to say it and make myself understood. Like, I'm deaf, I can't hear you. Can you repeat it again, please? And that make myself understood and helped me a lot to work the project I have done for the school to say on the public, on the showcase public of my work of how I hear as hard hearing person. That helped me a lot. When I'm experiencing sensitive moments in my life, sometimes when I have experienced a lot of problems and a lot of setbacks in my life, I I'm a very sensitive person. I'm always uh, getting the first response to cry for a bit, and then give myself uh, a quick stop, breathing, and saying to myself, "I can do this. I have to find a solution because every problem has a solution." And if there's moments that I can't do it, then I ask for help. It's very hard to ask for help, but it's very important because asking for help isn't a weakness. It's getting the strength to do it, and also getting hugs helps a lot in getting myself back. And chocolate, of course. I love chocolate. I think most people can be involved with our healing, how to healing community would be finding more education, learning more about our community, learning sign language for people that can't speak or talk and only use sign language, but also have a community online where people ask their question without being judged or find ways to get together to connect with people. And also for the youths, uh, they can also find each other that they feel alone in their country but can connect with other people in other places and ask questions when they are unknown, unsure how to deal with it. It's very important to educate people and show them it's okay to ask questions and take the time to help us to understand each other and to make them not feel alone, especially. My advice for the teenagers is to never stop from doing what you're doing now and always follow your dreams. There will be setbacks. There will be people that say you can do that, but there's always other solutions to keep doing what you do. But sometimes you have to set a plan B to have a second passion you very uh, wanted to go to do it because life sometimes gives weird turns, unexpected ways. You may like one thing, but then suddenly you like the other thing. That's fine too. Or always find new ways to learn new stuff because you should never stop learning because that makes life boring. Learning helps the life I'm living more adventures, more opportunities to connect with people. And hearing, hard of hearing is very hard in a world where people only want to communicate with each other, that doesn't want to take the work to work to talk with you, to take a moment to look at you and speak clearly, then that's those people aren't worth your friends. Just better find one or two friends than 100 people that doesn't take the time to understand you. So it's very important to find the right people around you. My future wishes is to become better at visual arts and improve my animation skills, and hopefully uh, my health is still in good shape, and working in a big animation industry where I can share many stories about my experience or how to feeling, or give people characters to look up to and feel represented in themselves. I would say that during the time when I was a teenager, it was very hard, very lonely because many classmates didn't want to talk to me. They even argue who I should in the group with. So it's very discriminating. But each year passes by, and each time we get older, and all the experience, all the pain I have felt, it will be worthwhile. It will shape the person I'm now, and use that to help other people, to not bring that weakness uh, as weakness, but more as a strength, to show them this is not the way to do it. We are better. We will show them we can do much more than we are now, and it will get better every time, every year, every time we get older. Many people will have a different mental state and understand more than kids being kids. They don't take, they don't consider your emotions, how you feel, and always worried about how they don't want to left out. They always want to be the others. Well, not being with a deaf kid, or and that's it's very hard, but it will get better.